All right, man, I'm excited. You know why?
Why? Why are you excited?
We're part of the Den.
Ooh, we're here having some whiskey in the den. Hanging out in the den. It's like the man den.
Yeah.
What's the den?
Den is the Deluxe Edition Network, an awesome network of podcasts that you could check out at deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Check out all the podcasts there. Lots of good stuff, including now, fresh and new, Bacon is My Podcast. What's your bacon?
Basically, the way we work this is we're not going to ask why you came up with the band name or what this song is about or anything like that. Because
Mount Rushmore of alive or dead tour bands are.
Yeah. Yeah. We are musicians ourselves, so we hate being
cool.
asked
So
ourselves.
you've heard that question a couple times then too.
Several times.
We hate that. Hate that shit.
Yeah.
Like when was the first? What made you get into music? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was? Do you play any other instruments?
Yeah. Would you like to see?
Right.
Yeah, I'm a one-man band.
Yeah.
You should see my knee cymbals.
Right.
It's fucking great.
Do you ever see that guy Steel Beans?
Steel Beans.
No.
I think Tenacious D took him out on tour last tour. But it's like this drummer guy and he plays guitar and he's got a little keyboard on the side.
Oh, is he that dude? He's on YouTube and shit.
He's kind of got curly hair. He's all like fucking.
Yeah.
I think he's got glasses, but he's fucking awesome. It kind of sounds like, I don't know. It's got like a White Stripes vibe to it or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's just like rocking the guitar and he's playing. I don't know how he does it. He's like playing beats and he's got a little keyboard over. He sings and plays. It's all,
fucking nuts, man.
It's awesome.
Like I said, we can go off on tangents and all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're good at that. We're good at that.
It's harder to keep us on track than it is to not.
Yeah, don't worry about us not. Yeah, we'll go way off.
Yeah.
I already got stories. I already got a story right out of the gate about your Bad Religion T-shirt. That was a story that happened to me one time with that exact shirt on.
Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my... Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my...
Hey, bud.
What's up?
Guess what time it is?
Fall.
Yes. You know what that means? That means that the trees are shedding their leaves.
Indeed. You know what does not shed leaves automatically?
Chesticles, testicles, and cheeks.
Right. So it is time for some fresh ball fall action.
Yeah.
My friends.
Manscaped, the Lawnmower 4.0, featuring their patented skin-safe technology.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, if you're not using Manscaped yet, what are you waiting for? Come on.
And what do your balls look like? Ooh.
Right? It's got an LED light, so if you're worried about nicking something or not being able to see, you don't have to worry, man. The lawnmower has it.
Shave in the dark.
Exactly. It's waterproof.
It is waterproof.
Go into the shower. If you don't want to make a mess outside the shower, go in the shower.
Shave in a dark shower.
Yeah, you can do that with Manscaped. If you go to manscaped.com, use the promo code BACONPOD, it'll give you 20% off and free shipping.
Free shipping.
And it's not even just for the lawnmower.
No, it's for everything. You can get the crop mops, shampoo, they have body soap, they have lotions, all kinds of things. Check it out, manscaped.com. If you can't remember the promo code, just jump over to baconsmypodcast.com and check out our sponsors page.
Always remember to clean your testicles, your chesticles, and your cheeks with Manscaped.
Yeah, man. What's your bacon? All right, bring us in.
All right, do I get awkward really quick?
Or
do I wait?
No, get awkward right away.
Okay, cool.
Get in there.
Guys, welcome to Bacon's My Podcast, where today, well, Jimmy's here.
Right.
I'm Mike. I'm here.
Most of the time here.
And today we are here with Death Valley Dreams. We're here with Nick and Johnny. And so I received an email recently from a buddy of ours, Tori, from you've heard her on the show multiple times.
Right.
And I saw she was repping Death Valley Dreams. And I go, fuck. Really? Because way back in the day, I'm going to take you guys back, okay? Back
right.
to
Way back
2002, 2003.
Okay.
where a buddy of mine.
Oh, he's about to make this weird. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. No,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is totally weird.
Let's do it.
No, I'm gonna make it totally weird.
Let's do it.
All right. So back in 2002, 2003, a buddy of mine, his brother comes back with this CD, right, from a band called Breaking Benjamin called Saturate, right?
Yeah.
I get very into it, and I go on to now. There's a message board. Like we're talking, like it wasn't TikTok, social media, anything like it was fucking message
These were
boards,
message
and shit,
boards.
right?
Yep.
Message boards.
So there was
I
no
know
more music available besides that one CD, and on this message board, there was talk about a band called Lifer and a band called My Downfall, and all that was available for My Downfall at the time were these fucking bar demos. And I was like, yo, these fucking guys are fucking great. These guys are awesome. And then I got into Lifer. This gentleman, Nick here, singer of both those bands. Fast forward a
That
little
is
bit.
true.
I sent away, I mailed in for the Drama Club demos before they even came. Like, when you guys first put them out, like the first 4 or 5 song thing before Greatest Hits,
Yeah.
I have that like that CD up above us
Wow.
right now in a loft. So
I don't even know if
yeah,
I have that.
I found it in a box when
Dude.
I had one in my garage. It's cracked though.
dude,
Unfortunately,
$50,
but I do
it's
have one.
yours.
Nice.
It's your
But no,
Venmo.
so the reason why I bring it up is because I knew that you were in Death Valley Dreams. You happen to be a very big influence on my songwriting in my formative years of writing music.
Well, shit.
So and we played a show together many years ago, and I covered the Call Out at that show.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
so I am actually we've had like a bunch of guests on this show where I was just like, oh dude, this is fucking cool. Like this is fucking cool. But it's never been somebody that's actually been influential in my actual songwriting. And so I wanted to start this off by making it awkward and going, dude, thank you for everything that you've given to the world. Because
Thank you for
dude.
listening. You're one of the 200 people that did listen. So
You're welcome. yeah,
Hey man,
right?
those message boards are powerful. Message boards are powerful.
they were. I remember that back in the day. I mean, the Lifer message board back in the day was like, it was insane. There was all kinds of shit going on. And then Breaking Benjamin kind of,
It was that
they ripped
Shallow
off
Bay.
they ripped off what we were doing, and then took half our members as well. And then
We had their mailing list at one point. Then you fucking sent some shit out to their whole mailing list. Illegal. That's illegal. Yeah. that might have happened.
No, I did not.
No,
He didn't.
That must have been another thing.
That was another guy.
It was somebody
I
else.
could have,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
But
Yeah.
so I was really excited to have you come on and actually speak to you. Finally.
Well, that's rad, man. Thank you.
But yeah, so what's really cool about
And he's
Death
also
Valley
a good songwriter. He doesn't suck, so it's not even like like you were a huge influence and I'm awful. It's like
Yeah.
he took that influence and he makes
did
great
something
music.
with it. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can play a small part in that.
Yeah, man. Of course. What's really cool about Death Valley Dreams, though, is as compared to those other bands, this is a huge departure from those sounds. So it was very much like Lifer was, and that hit a special, to coin what you've been saying all night, cockles of my heart. I was new metal
I like
as
that
fuck.
cockles are the word of the day.
Yeah,
I think.
it's the word of the day. I was new metal as fuck. So
Yeah.
so Lifer hit me like the bounce of Breathless. I was just like, yeah, fuck yeah. But so like it was that new metal, hard rock kind of into other hard rock, but not as heavy. But now this is a complete departure from that. So my first question is like, what brought you here to the sound of Death Valley Dreams, which is very much like a Depeche Mode, Cure kind of sound.
Which warms my cockles because
Yeah, he loves
Well,
cock.
I think
love that shit.
with like Nick and I, when we work, we write together with stuff. It's a we both have like an appreciation like for that kind of stuff. So like when we write together, it doesn't sound like anything. I don't think either one of us write individually, because I think we come at it at like a total purity of like what we love, and there's absolutely zero pretension. And I think I'm just as shocked as everybody else maybe in the band, like that people like give a shit, like because none of it was made for like we have a song called "Never Meant for Anyone Else." Was kind of like it's kind of the mantra. We just whatever. We're just gonna just make music that we love. And if people like it, then cool. But it doesn't. None of that even fucking matters. Yeah. And then people seem to like it. So it's strange.
I mean, as far as like the departure part of Lifer and all that, I mean, I just think, I was into more of the Depeche Mode Cure thing then. I mean, we covered Take On Me back in the day, and that was an 80s vibe. So like I was always in that zone. And then like I was never really a screamer. That wasn't really my thing. I was always more of a singer, and then it was just the times, like you got to get heavier and you got to out scream, and it just became what it was. And then, after all that, and to step away from, after Breaking Benjamin started, I was like, you know what? I'm not even really into this to be like singing like that, So like, it just allowed us. And then that went into the drama club, and Johnny and I were in that. And that band was more just like same thing, but just do whatever you want. And over the time, I feel like that music changed too. Like we were just, I think with us, we don't think of boundaries or like, a little box that you got to be in. I just feel like we write all kinds of songs. I mean, Johnny's a killer country guitar player as well. So it's like, it's just wherever it goes, and you just kind of see the song out to the end, and then maybe it's good, maybe it's not, but
we're music fans first, and any given day, like either one of us could be listening to anything like ridiculous. I could listen to I could listen to like I don't know, like fucking Fear Factory one day, or Buck Owens the next day, or like anything. I just love music. I got music completely, and we both kind of share that. Yeah, is our love for just all kinds of music.
All kinds of music, but songs too. I think at the end of the day, we've always just been into songs, whatever kind they are. Like even the Lifer stuff. They're songs. It's not like we're fans of things like Foreigner or Journey songs, or Loverboy, Bon Jovi, or whatever, It's
not Bon Jovi. Don't put me in that category. I don't fucking hate that. I'm not a fan of that guy.
No, you got a fucking
Runaway was. I do not. I wish I did. So somebody's got one. Yeah, Runaway was great, but there's something happened when Bon Jovi turned into everyone's lesbian aunt. I'm like, I'm out. This fucking dude is weird.
I get that.
Yeah,
but back in the day,
he's got fucking. That guy's got cats. Guaranteed, he's got a bunch of fucking cats somewhere.
He's got like 8 gnomes.
I think once he put out something for the pain,
he's got 8 gnomes.
That Something for the Pain video where you just had like fake Eddie Vedder and fake everybody. That's when he was like the lesbian.
Yeah, I don't even know what that one is.
Oh, dude, look it up.
I just know he has
trash.
He has 8 gnomes,
but you'll laugh.
And they all are caricatures of Bruce Springsteen.
And Richie Sambora, who's just a character like Little Steven or like the Asbury Jukes, or like the Blast.
Yeah, right.
That whole East Coast music scene, like everybody comes out and like, I won't say anything bad about Springsteen because people will crucify me, but I don't know. There got to be a certain point, like Neil Young for me. Like I love that shit. Like when I was younger, but those guys kind of get to the point for me in my life where like they feel like fucking characters. He's talking like this about the Union. I'm like, well, what are you?
Well, yeah, it's like, yeah.
Dude, you ain't in the fucking Union, dude. You know what I mean?
I'm listening to a multimillionaire sing about the poor man's burden.
Yeah, pay your taxes, Bruce. That's all I'll say about that fucking guy. Oh God, I gotta stop drinking. I'll get wild.
I'll be on that train with you. I'm with you.
Good.
I'm with you on that. Yeah. Now, what stood out to me about your guys' music, honestly, was like you were saying, the songs. Like, I find that I'm always drawn to like I like anything that makes noise. Like I like every style of music. I don't care if the song hits me. The song hits me. We were talking to another band earlier, and they were saying, hey, I think we're songwriters before we're a band.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I've
Yeah.
always kind of like thought of myself as like I'm a songwriter before I'm a singer and a guitar player. You know, like that's what I want to be best at is songwriting.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the other things are just a means to get that song out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
And
the band part and playing the songs, like I found, is kind of the reward. There's a lot of songs I could sit on for years, and then we do it, and then like we would do them, and I'd never expect to play the song. Like you don't write with the expectation of like, oh, we're gonna do this song, it's gonna be on this record. None of that. It just, but then when that happens, it just takes on a life you didn't know even existed.
Well, I think you can tell though. I think you can tell when you hear a band that has that mentality.
The sincerity, yeah.
I really think that like as soon as you hear a few songs from a band, you know, you can totally pick out if they're a band that's just like writing what they want to write because they love it.
Yeah, or
Versus-
it's not. There's no trend or like a lot of people.
versus
It's-
someone's in a room telling them to be more this or they're trying to be more that.
Sure.
And they can be in any style. Like any style
Sure.
can,
Yeah.
can be your thing. And that's one thing that I will say that like when I kind of dove into everything, man, the songs are just fucking great, man. And they could be
Thanks,
different styles. You could put those
Yeah.
songs in different styles if you
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to.
A good
Find
song's
different
a good song is always a good song. Anybody
Yeah,
can do it
dude,
in
like-
any style.
doesn't matter style.
lyric and melody,
Yeah.
man. Like once
That's it. Sure.
once you have that, it's like everything else is just kind of this. Okay, how do we?
Everything
wanna,
else is vibe. It's just
Yeah,
vibe,
how do we
really.
want to serve it today? You know,
Yeah, the
like,
mood.
it's-
What is the mood? Funny, but like a lot of these songs with us, they start out on like I'm a guitar player. Nick's traditionally a singer, but also a great guitar player. But like a lot of them, they start out with just getting stoned and just playing with fucking synths. Because because it's easy. Like you could put a synth on, and within a minute you've created a mood. And
Right,
then that
yeah.
mood, sometimes you get to zone out on that mood. And you can be a burnout and listen to like a droning ocean wave sound for an hour and a half. Done that, but also sometimes it could just put you in a mood in a headspace where it just kind of writes itself. So
Yeah,
and
you
it's,
just kinda
we're just
hear it.
vessels. Yeah,
Yeah, we kind of just hear it, and it's like I said, there's like not a rule where we're like, well, we can't do that, and like I'm like, I don't know, I'm fucking hearing saxophone here, it's like, well,
Yeah,
let's put
right.
saxophone there,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, like if it's that sounds like it should be there, I think it should be, I don't know like and then also with us being guitar players too, like there obviously could be a guitar solo in every song, but it's just like, you know what? I just rather fucking turn this knob and make it a cool sound here, like
right,
sure.
right.
yeah,
Does it
vibe.
need one? Is it calling for one? Is there a
Yeah.
moment?
There was a time I think where every song had to have a guitar solo.
Yeah,
And then
over.
I think there's a time now where every song has to have a breakdown. You know what I
Right,
mean? And
right.
it's
Oh,
like,
cut it out. I
once
hate
it
that
becomes
shit.
required,
Oh.
and it's like, well, we gotta have this, or once it's just like everybody's doing it, like what are you doing it for anymore?
Well,
Like,
I really think
Yeah.
it's and it's something that I deal with too, and I'm like I go through personally as a songwriter is like it's like writing for writing versus writing for a project.
yeah,
Sure.
And being a slave to that project and that style and stuff like that. And,
Yeah, that's
and I think it's
difficult.
really important. I think it's important, like Nick you, and Johnny, you found each other. Like, I feel like with him, I can kind of come to him. Like, we're in two separate bands.
Right.
Sure.
I write for a lot of projects. Like, I've written for my projects, and they've always been very much me. But if there's anything that's kind of been in the realm of, well, this can take a dip this way or this way, I've always been able to go to him and be like, hey, like,
Right.
I have a country song, or I have this, or I
Yeah.
have that, and we're able to do that. So, like,
And I'm like, woo.
yeah,
Yeah, you guys.
Let's
that's
fucking go.
that's
Yeah.
the dream. Is I think a lot of the most successful bands, like the duos and any like you can name any fucking band like who's Pants and Plage. Plant
Pants and Plage, man.
Plants and Plage, those guys, tribute bands coming out, you'd love it. Toxic Twins, like there's so many Tears for Fears, where a lot of times with us, like he'll send me a whole song, like just musically, like with no guitar or something,
Mhm.
and I'll do like lyrics and vocal or melodies, or sometimes I'll do something, and then he'll just send it back with like some keyboard lines, and then we just go back and forth, and we just do it to serve the song. But having a producer is a wonderful thing.
Time out.
Yeah.
Have you guys checked out baconismypodcast.com yet?
It's like the portal to everything Bacon is My Podcast. It's got episodes. It's got music.
Yeah.
It's got swag.
Yeah.
And it has a portal to all of our sponsors, our awesome sponsors like GrillYourAssOff.com, Drink Wild Bills, Manscaped, and, of course, Mythical Beards.
Mythical Beards, yeah. So check it out. I mean, you can just, from one page, find so many things.
Yes.
Right? Check out our swag. Check out their swag. Get those discount codes and just, help out the show.
Exactly. And always remember to ask yourself one super important question.
What's your bacon?
Yep.
Hey all you guys and ghouls, it's your ghostess with the mostest, Amber Brooke here, and I just want to tell you a little about Terror Tuesday. Spooky. Well, Terror Tuesday is an Instagram live show where I talk about horror, conspiracy theories, serial killers, supernatural stuff, and so much more. And I discuss it with some super special horror-loving guests. So if you like blood, gore, spooky, scary stuff with a hint of comedy, Terror Tuesday is for you. You can tune in on my channel, amber.brook32, to catch one. Tune in, or else. Relax, I can't see, but it's just ketchup. Nope, that's blood.
But if you have somebody else that you're working with, that you're friends with, you can have them produce it, because you can be the greatest
We
songwriter
work
in the
together
world.
long enough where we're not afraid to tell each other something sucks. You
Oh,
know
yeah,
what I mean?
That's
huge.
super important. Yeah.
So-
And being in a place in your life and in your
That you can
songwriting
accept
that
it,
you can
yeah.
accept it.
Where you can
and you
hear
can be
something
like,
sucks.
oh, wait, this sucks? I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, fuck
Yeah.
you then.
But
Yeah.
we do everything on our own. It's like we do everything's done here at my studio and Johnny's
here.
studio.
Yeah.
And it's, like there's no need I mix everything. There's just no need
nice.
to bring anybody in anymore. I don't think, you know.
Well,
I think I
know
can
your
get close
vision.
enough.
Yeah.
You get close enough. I've been mixing for a while, and recently I started mixing other bands too. So it's like that's helped me get better as like a mix engineer, I guess. And I just apply that to what I'm doing and learning more.
well, something
I was also getting good at like starting to mix and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden, like he'd send me a mix of something, and I'd be like, hey, I'm not gonna do this anymore. There's no fucking reason to get involved in this. I'm watching videos for fucking 8 hours on like fucking compression, and people are talking about math and shit, and I'm just like, wait, I'm like so far in this rabbit hole, and it's just like some guy who's never probably produced or mixed anything. But he's just talking about like parallel compression. I'm like, what am I? I don't understand any of this. And like I'll talk to him, and he's like doing stuff. Like when I record shit, I'm staying under like 25 tracks. And I see projects that he does, and I'm like, there's fucking 300 tracks. How's that? I don't even have 300 ideas. Like I don't. What are all these things?
No,
Like,
our songs aren't that many.
No, not our songs. Like other songs that you do. Like people do a lot of tracks.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I've like since I started mixing other bands, it's like sometimes I'll get stuff. I'm like, wow, this is a lot of tracks. But then also it like again, you learn something from that. I go, well, why do they have so many tracks here? Like, why is there a 40 vocal stacks in this one part?
Right. Well,
But then-
there's also the lead guitar player that just sits through the whole track and waits for that one part of the solo.
Yeah.
And he just does the one bar.
Yep.
And then he does the next bar and the next
Yeah.
bar. And you're like, you could literally just truncate that whole fucking
Yeah.
thing. You could just
Johnny is the opposite. Johnny will literally
One track,
like
one
we,
take.
we
all the way through
rarely
every
punch
time.
in on things. Like he'll do multiple takes and then maybe I'll edit it around. But the flow of what it is, because he plays
Everything.
with the Bigsby and there's like a lot of effects going on. So like to chop up
Right.
in and out of that, it's not
it's
really that easy. So it's like I think it's more important to capture the thing of what's happening. And I'm sure if you solo out just the guitars, there's like some weird notes in there, but
Sure.
it doesn't matter. Like I don't fix that shit because it's just
No.
like it's a vibe that is happening. So
Yeah, everything I'll record a guitar track or like a bass track, and I'll get like to the last bar of the chorus, and I'll fuck up a note, and instead of just dragging it back and punching in, I'll start the whole fucking. It takes me too long, but I'll start the whole fucking track. I feel like it should be a stream of consciousness all the way through. Whether it'll never be perfect, but anything that's perfect, it kind of stinks. Like you hear a lot of like newer, like real super tight metal. There's something about it that becomes sterile. Like the Sex Pistols weren't.
agree.
Like
I think as far as modern recording and like editing and stuff like
it's
that, though,
easy to make it perfect. Yeah,
I think it's better to edit afterwards than it is to interrupt the flow of that shit when he's doing it. You know, I think let it happen and then worry about that.
Yeah.
The best thing I ever learned from the producer that my band works with is when I went in for vocals, because I always go in and I'm like, oh, I have ideas for 9 vocal harmonies. Let's put them all in, and then whatever we can take.
He turns around. He's like, "Okay, Brian Wilson, let's do this."
Right? Yeah. He's like, "You're just an asshole," and I'm like, "Okay," but he lets me do it. But the one thing that he always did tell me, because I was always kind of like, okay, if I fuck up, I'll start over. Let me like that same kind of idea, guitar wise or vocal wise, where I'm just like, let me start over, and he's like, okay, let's chill out for a second. And the one thing that he kind of imparted to me was like performance over perfection.
Yes.
We want to feel it. We want to get it. It's communication. If it's not exact, but it hits, let it hit.
Did you ever hear when someone took and like quantized like Bonham's drums on something? Did you ever see those videos?
Oh no.
No.
It's I don't know. It was Fool in the. I think it was Fool in the Rain. You know, it's got that famous.
I can't imagine
that
doing that though.
So they went and they quantized it. It's fucking terrible. It's like all of the push and pull is gone.
Right.
Yeah.
And like so it no longer has like this drunken like this vibe. Like nobody's perfect. You don't walk around thinking about things in perfect symmetry all the time. Obviously, the world is not symmetrical. So when you hear something like that, I think you lose that emotion. So when they quantize it, it like sucks the life right out of it.
That's the one thing that like with my drummer, if he's doing something that's making him that far off the click, it's like, all right, like you got to fix it. Just play less. Do something like do something
Redo
else
it.
that makes it. But like keep that push pull. Like I don't sit there and move kicks and stuff like that. That's no.
It's too much.
I think it also depends on the style of music too. You know, as far as how much you edit something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of this new, like, you know, I think if I'm mixing like a metal thing in particular, I think a lot of that stuff needs to be.
It's a long way from the days of Exodus. Stuff like that. DRI or any of those bands.
And it's not even necessarily like that's what I would want to do, but I think a lot of people they kind of look at it as they want to be competitive with the other bands. So like you deal with that a lot too. They're like, you know, can you quantize it because you know all the other bands in my genre are doing that, and you know
it's a new volume wars. You know, what I mean? It's like it's just that same thing.
Yeah.
And then I've taken on like, you know, like I said, when you're doing it for somebody else, they become the client. So it's like,
right.
Yeah.
I can give my opinion, but at the end of the day, it's what they want. I got to deliver what they want, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I've also learned by working with other people too, you know, to how to be like, oh, okay, well, I would normally just be like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. I can't say that now.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's like, how about less delay on
but that's
that?
a different style. That's a different style.
It's difficult. I think that's like the dynamic of like working with other people. With him and I do like stuff like with this studio and like songwriting stuff with people. And it's always like a weird thing. Like when you talk to somebody the first time, you're like, oh man, what do I like? Like there's a lot of things that have to change, but you're always like, am I going to offend this person? You don't know who you're walking into. Or they're like, what? What do you mean my pre-chorus stinks? Like, yeah, I can't say it like that or whatever. So like to be able to like work with someone that like him and I have worked like you guys even for so long where like I can send him something. I'm like, oh, check this out. Be totally fucking stoked. Like, yeah, it's cool. And I'd be like, you don't like it. I mean, look, it's all right, man. Or like he'll send me something. I'll be like,
Yeah, it's all right.
it doesn't really have a chorus. You don't like that chorus? Be like, no, but it pushes like not being afraid. So when you work with somebody close like that, you end up with the best thing when you're not afraid to offend someone. Like, look, check this out. Like, yeah, it stinks. Really?
My favorite response from a friend producer is, and this is like one of those things where you're like, okay, I'm seeking validation, and you're like, okay, cool, what do you think? And they go, I don't hate it.
Yeah, oh man,
that's like,
word.
You could have just given me all of the notes and not said that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you just didn't have to fucking say.
Yeah, what don't you hate? What part of it don't you hate?
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Could you be more specific on what you don't hate?
Yeah, but it's a balance. You got to be able to do that. You got to be honest. I think you got being honest with each other with stuff is like that's been our strong suit. Neither one of us are afraid to offend each other in any sort of fashion. Like and that's our entire band is like that.
Yeah.
Like, I can give like the drummer like an eye or something like that. And he just looks at me. He's like, oh, I know. Because I'm not going to do that. He's like, I'm just fucking around, whatever. But nobody gets offended or hurt by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could be, we don't have to be assholes to each other because we could be honest with each other. And that's way preferable in a working situation.
Start to learn those
quote.
nonverbal cues too. You start to understand.
Yeah.
My guitar player shakes his head fast. If I do something or play something, he's playing, he'll be like, and I'm like, oh, I saw it.
He's playing guitar and he's got an itch on his nose. He's trying to get the itch.
Yeah. The B is on there. Get off, B.
Right.
I'm apparently a side-eye guy.
Okay.
Like I have trouble like a lot of times I'd have trouble with drummers and everyone's just like, oh, you're getting a look. I'm like, what's they're fucking talking about me? I'm like, what do you mean a look? You give people a look. I'm like, no, I don't. They're like, yeah, you do. I don't know exactly what it is, but I assume it's Nick may have seen the look, but
I've seen him give other people the look, but I don't fuck up, so I never get the look.
See?
Exactly. I've been told I have a look.
Oh,
get a look.
Yeah,
it's pretty great.
I have a look.
Pretty, you've given it on social media. It wasn't your fault that you did, but somebody did something to put a video out there of your look. And it's pretty great. It's fantastic.
That's awesome.
But it's usually accompanied by like you're looking like some kind of side lean and
it's definitely a sideways kind of like
raised eyebrow kind of thing.
I think I do like maybe we can call my look the Cobra, where like I'll look straight at you real quick, like they're like. And immediately, like it puts people off. But I've done that. I've done terrible things. I generally always had kind of like drummers hate me because drummers are fucking crazy. Everybody knows drummers.
All drummers are savage.
All drummers
we all know that.
All of them.
We know
crazy.
that.
I love them. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I'm fucking. But everybody knows. When you walk into like a gig, you're on tour. You don't have to ever meet the opening band. When the drummer goes by, like that's the fucking drummer. He's yelling at somebody, he's arguing with his girlfriend on the phone, or he's in better shape. He's in better shape than everybody else. You know what I mean? He's real stoked about the fucking gig. Everybody's just like, I just want to find a clean place to take a shit. And he's just like, you know what I mean?
Banging on a fucking practice pad.
Yeah, your head's fucking throbbing. You're like, who is this guy? You know what I mean?
Paradiddles and shit. Dude, it's a paradiddle.
Dude, it's a paradiddle.
Yeah. Drummers voted most likely to do cocaine. You know what I mean? Think about it. Not a lot of drummers die. I mean, they can be drinkers too, but not a lot of drummers die from like heroin.
That being said, our drummer Jasper is
incredible.
It's like an enigma because he doesn't have any of those things going on. But at the same time, we figured out why. Because he also does play piano. He's like fucking real good at piano. And then like he just picked up the guitar and he's fucking playing like all this complicated shit. We're like, whoa, wait. You play all these instruments? So I think he's not just a drummer. So I think
he slums it on drums.
Yeah, he's not a drummer. He's a musician, you know?
Right. He's a musician, yeah.
There's so many. I love the drummer jokes. Like, how do you get a drummer off your porch?
Oh, I haven't heard this one.
Oh, you pay for the pizza. It's a good one. There's another one.
You know which one I told the drummer of Hinder?
What's that?
Remember the one that we said on Hinder?
No. Go ahead.
How do you know a stage is level? When the drool is coming out both sides of the drummer's mouth.
That's good. Hey, what do you call a guy? What do you call a guy that hangs out with four musicians?
Bass player?
Drummer. It's drummer. Oh.
Oh man, I love this. I can't shit on drummers.
My drummer last night.
That's all good fun.
We were tracking drums last night. To his credit, he did awesome. He did great. But right when we were like packing up and everything, he was like he was pretty sure of himself because he did a good job. You know, when drummers do a good job, they like to let you know.
They know it. Yep.
Yeah.
They know it.
They never
You know it.
They never met
Everybody
a
else
story
knows
they
it.
won't repeat. You know, like
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, I've noticed so many drummers have become like the best musicians. You look at like Steven Tyler, and you look at Dave Grohl, and you look at all these drummers that went on to become these big things. And I was like, yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, okay, Phil Collins.
What are we waiting
Sit
on,
down,
buddy?
Sit down, Phil Collins.
where's
When you
all
got
your-
into the air tonight, let me know when you got into the air tonight.
Where's all your brilliance, buddy?
Yeah. It's you. It's us. We're holding these guys back.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. We need a band with just all drummers in it. Everybody would go to that. Everybody would go to that.
The audience would go to that. No musicians would ever go to that. They'd be like, "Oh, those assholes." Fuck
drummers.
it.
Drummers would
would go
go
to that. Drummers
and just
would go.
sit around chatting about. I mean, I don't know, man. It's a little loose. He's a little loose. A little loose. So he's a little loose. It's like, dude, you know what I mean? They're watching like fucking Terry Bozzio or something, do ridiculous shit, and they're like,
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I was doing that shit like in fucking, you know, I was a band in high school and shit. It's just like, shut up. Like, you're at the fucking guys' gigs. Like, guitar players just sit there like this. Their arms crossed. You can pick out the guitar players.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, quick timeout. I want to let everybody know that despite the summer being gone
Right.
and heading into the fall, does not mean that grilling season is over.
No, if you have a grill, it is always grilling season.
I feel like it's just getting started, and if you're grilling, if you're cooking, if you're doing any of that, make sure you do that with grillyourassoff.com.
Taste the freedom.
Exactly. Grill Your Ass Off is an awesome, awesome company. It is made in Texas. It is veteran-owned, and they were Small Business of the Year.
Yeah, Veteran Small Business of the Year 2023, which is awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah.
They also just partnered with Sailor Jerry. Now, rum may be my personal avoid at all costs booze, but
Right.
some people really love it. And I guess I have to admit, even at its worst, it's delicious.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's a new Sailor Jerry Ironsides barbecue sauce that you can check out too. And anything that you decide to get at grillyourassoff.com. You want a deal? You want a special? You want some money off? Use the promo code.
Bacon. Because everything's better with bacon.
Yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah.
Come on. 10% off. Get it on all of their jerkies, all of their seasonings, all of their condiments, even their swag. Their swag is pretty sweet.
Yeah, spread some seasoning on those swags.
So definitely head over to grillyourassoff.com, use the promo code BACON for 10% off, and always remember to ask yourself one super important question.
What's your bacon?
Wow. We're
I
a
love when
fickle
guitar
crew.
players. I love when guitar players go like, "Yeah, he didn't feel like he was playing for the song," and I was like, "When's the last time you played for the song?"
And before he could answer, he went into a solo.
right.
Right in the middle of the verse. Right in the middle of the verse. Right in the middle of the verse.
Hey man, you got to get your shit in.
Catching a
You
vibe,
got to get your
man.
shit in.
I was catching a
Yeah,
vibe.
dude. How are you gonna get chicks let you play a solo? Because everybody knows when you play a guitar solo, chicks are like, "I can marry this guy." Did you hear that solo? Like, it never happens. Like nobody fucking cares about guitar solos anymore, except other guitar players, and
Right.
not even like the good ones. You know what I mean? Like, you don't. I mean, there's like a lot. I don't know. It's like there's this 5-year-old Korean girl right now somewhere on fucking YouTube that you can find that's better at everything than all of us.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So what's the point? Like, why are you trying to be this fucking crazy virtuoso guy? You remember the guy who played Mario Brothers, like tapping little Asian, like an
oh,
Asian?
yeah, I remember that guy.
That was the end for me. I'm like, I better get really good at fucking writing songs because I don't even like this doesn't even seem fucking possible. Like, I'm never gonna be like finger tapping
Right.
a shredder guy. Like, I could play some Jakey Lee solos. I got a one humbucker Strat. I'm like, fucking yeah, dude. It took me like 3 hours to learn like a Jakey Lee solo from Bark at the Moon.
Right.
And I'm like, fucking, like, there's just one part, and I'm like, it just was outside of like what I normally play. Like, I functionally just, and at some point, I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I doing this right now? Because the guitar, because I had the guitar. I'm like, I gotta fucking get out of here and just get better at writing fucking songs. And
I'm gonna put the guitar down and buy a thesaurus.
yeah, I really should have learned to read. I really should have learned to read. Oh man,
I legit I asked this at the last on the last episode, and that last episode we literally recorded 2 hours ago.
Right.
But what always really interests me, because I do all the recording for my band. I've done it in the past, so for you guys, and like Nick, you do the vocals too. So how exactly do you turn off engineer, producer, and like that switch between engineer, producer, and performer? Because I had a hard time with it for a long fucking time, and I finally feel like over the past like couple of songs that I put out, that I finally have done it. I've brought him in to do vocals for stuff, and like he and I will like just push the fuck out of each other. Like we're both singers, so it's one of those things where he's just like, "Cool, that was good. You could do it better," and just like, that again, that probably
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I don't believe what you're telling me.
I don't believe what you're saying right now.
I don't buy it.
But
I really
Nick,
don't
how
think
do
you were
how
in
do
Portugal.
get into that frame of mind that's like
I don't know.
performing those lyrics and then at the same time like going, okay, I'm gonna hit the space bar now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's that's a little challenging. I guess I leave it on longer loops so I could just get in there and just like get in the vibe. And then it's kind of just cycle recording as far as when I'm tracking vocals. But then I don't know. I think we kind of like write and mix as we go in this band. So it's kind of way different. Like when I mix for somebody else, I'll get all the tracks at once and then I start doing what I do. With this, it's like we could be in
as
there
we go
like,
along.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, we're hearing this or we're hearing that. And then I'm tweaking as I go. And it's just kind of like it's more like a piece of clay that kind of gets shaped throughout the time.
Yeah.
But then I think the thing that we do most is we listen to it a lot. Like
Pace around.
We'll smoke
a lot of pacing and
pot,
smoking
cigarettes and just fucking pacing around and being like just listening to it. And just like I think it's just the repetition of listening to it that gets you out of the producer part,
And we produce each other at the same time. Like I come up with like the original lyric on that new song. I should say it, but it was, remember I came up with bitch.
Yeah, he's like
the first line.
Bitch, leave me alone. I'm like,
go. I don't know about the bitch part. I'm like, little Nickelback. He's like, yeah, I don't know about that bitch like, part. I'm like, yeah, maybe.
I think
maybe
go be better.
Yeah.
And it rhymes with alone. So I don't know. It was better in that situation.
But it was great at the time.
I'm not opposed to bitch if it had its place, but that didn't seem like one.
But it became the catalyst.
It was the catalyst for exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to sing a fucking goofy line over something before you get the melody first.
Oh,
like,
man.
I think we all do the mumble, like, the fucking mumble this to get like the phonetics, and then you kind of fit the words into that place, and eventually it turns into actually something. Hopefully, most of the time it does. Or you get all the way to the chorus and you can never find a chorus.
Oh yeah.
How do you guys title your notes?
Your voice notes.
Your voice notes on your phone.
What's the best voice note you've got? The title.
Title? I don't title any of them, so that's the fucking.
No,
so
it's
always
like
Grand PA.
I don't know what this is.
Grand PA 3.
Here you go. Yeah, mine is. Well, there's one that's titled says "Lost the Ghost." The song. No. Yeah, mine says I-81 North, I-81 North 2 subway.
My top new recording 716 is my top one.
Yeah. I don't even know. I do have some. I have some like actual like some titles in there. Some of them are titles, but
I swear to God, I probably have fucking 400 songs on this thing. Like I don't even know.
Right?
Every night I don't even know why I record the shit in here because I'll never go back. I never go back and be like, oh, I'm gonna work on that song that I like worked out that whole one thing for. That's not even what I ever do. But like, I think that might be fun to go through here, and
you should. That's a whole other record.
There's fucking Grammys are in here. There's a Grammy in here for sure.
There's so many things in there. Yeah, I mean that might be a cool thing to do someday. Go through and actually finish some things.
I think like I'll like write, like do stuff like when I'm driving. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'll use the phone. So like I'll put lyrics on the phone, but like I'll keep like looping it in the car, and then I'll record on the voice message, whatever, on the voice memos. But then like by the time I'm done, like just going over it again on the voice memos, it's like there's no use because now I already have it. I didn't like, ooh, I got this idea, and now if I don't get it on here right now, it's gonna go away. But if it's a good idea,
Right.
it doesn't
It
fucking
doesn't
go away.
Well, the
So there's
action
no
of,
use of it. Yeah.
yeah, the action of doing it is like kind of a reinforcing thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
I definitely have some weird like, you know, bop it a dop bop in
Yeah.
This
F
one
sharp.
right here
You
in
know, like
B bow B B bow.
right.
26 seconds.
it's a big 26 seconds.
26
Scat man over here.
It's got to be great. It's got to be great. Yeah, I mean, like that. I literally just ran into that where I was like legit having like, oh man, I got this really cool pop song thing and whatever, and then I literally came in here, sat down, just wrote something else
Yeah.
with all intentions. Where I'm like looking at a voice notes and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna make that a thing because I was
We do
really
that.
excited about that.
We
Yeah.
do that like when we get together, like, hey man, he's like, why are you doing? He's like, why don't you come down? We'll get together. Let's finish up
Work
this
on
tune.
this song. Let's finish this song. Yeah.
And
Never
then all of a
happens
sudden,
like
we start hanging, we're smoking pot or something. And then the next thing you know, like, yo, man.
We're synthing
this is
out.
it. Somebody hits a fucking synth note and then a melody line. I'm like, dude, put this fucking they got the fucking drums on here. And the next thing you know, it's like we finished the whole song. I was like, wait, why did we come down? Oh, we were trying to finish that song. And we just wrote and finished an entire other song.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
See, I
so
think that's our problem. Our problem is that we got together, we wrote a song,
Right.
and then we get together to write songs, and we drink whiskey, and then
Yeah,
all of a sudden
sure.
we created a podcast.
Right.
What we should have done is got together, drank, smoked some weed, and then we would have continued to write songs.
We could have. Yeah.
This is
Well,
right. Well,
There's no money in music anymore, so I don't know
Yeah.
who's fucking right and who's wrong.
yeah.
I don't
T-shirt salesman.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everybody, clean your balls off with Manscaped.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Absolutely.
Nick don't like no sweated balls.
No. So you guys are like fresh off of a gig last night with
I am.
Josie Scott's Saliva.
Yep.
And also, you hit up Louder Than Life, which is pretty sick. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
A Danny Wimmer production, and
can
I
I-
heard
can
you
I-
fucking killed it.
Can I tell you something about those
That
Danny
was
Wimmer
fun.
productions real quick? You want the
Yes.
inside scoop? It's unfucking believable.
Yeah.
Like I've never been to like a music. I've been to music festivals. Obviously, we all have, but just like the space for like the bands and like the accommodations and everything. I've never seen anything run so goddamn well in my fucking life. It's like everything is perfect. There's food. There's great food, drinks, shade, cool rooms. Like all the situations for bands in any Danny Wimmer festival is. It's
we
just
were.
the best.
I mean, we were the low man on the totem pole, and we were so well taken care of. Like it was amazing. So
everybody was
That's
super
awesome.
sweet.
Yeah.
It's the reoccurring. There's also like reoccurring people. Like I was at we didn't play it, but it was at Incarceration, which is another I think a Wimmer festival too,
Yeah.
or like his partners in it or something like that. But like even there, and like some of the same people. So you don't. We go like to the next one, and it's some of the same people working. So they kind of know you, and the bands know them. It becomes like this. All the staff somewhat know each other. They travel around, do all the festivals, and they become like this family unit of people where it's not like backstage with like something like that, like catering, where everyone's kind of like running around trying to impress everybody or each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's a very kind of like family event where everyone seems to like just look out and take care of each other. Like, hey, you need anything? Everything okay? It's like, yeah. Fucking, what's going on?
Oh, nice.
So those festivals are like they're amazingly they're run. I can't say enough good things about it.
Yeah.
So,
It was sick. It was sick.
Yeah.
We're playing Aftershock on Friday as well with Tool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
and
That's
Megadeth.
Megadeth.
Aftershock is California, right?
Yep.
Sacramento. Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we will miss that one, unfortunately.
We're on the other
Unless-
side.
Yeah. Danny Wimmer, if you want to do something on the East Coast, talk to us.
Yeah.
We can't provide anything but fun podcast
Right.
to come mooch off of your catering.
Fucking good catering, man.
It's
Shrimp
great.
tacos. Let's talk about those shrimp tacos for a second.
Those shrimp tacos.
Let's
were
talk
amazing.
about those shrimp tacos.
Yeah.
because
I
love
don't
shrimp
even know.
tacos.
I don't even know what was on them. Some kind
They
of
also had
aioli.
these fucking hot dogs. They're like, "You want the hot dog?" And it was like, I don't know. It has some kind of, what was that? Some kind of chipotle cream sauce. I don't even know. It was
Yeah,
like
let's.
gourmet things.
Yeah, see, I love when you get a little fancy with some shit, but you can't really dress up on. I mean, people try to dress
I
up
don't
on a
know.
hot dog is weird. There's some
No,
shit
you know
that's
what the
some
thing is
fucking-
about a hot dog? The hot dog.
Not in artisanal hot dogs.
It was
It's
fucking
utility,
good.
yeah.
Tell me
Well,
it
hot
wasn't
dogs-
good.
hot
Artisanal
dogs-
hot doggery. Welcome to my artisanal hot doggery. Here's some coleslaw on it. Okay, Chicago, sit down.
Nobody gets a hot dog for the hot dog, right? Like it's always for the extra shit on it. Like it's sauerkraut and mustard.
Yeah,
Like,
regional. It changes. Like the
does.
New York.
Well, yeah, you know,
Stuff
you
there.
go
Chili
to,
and
like,
cheese.
Yeah,
you know?
chili and cheese.
Yeah, that's the good hot dog.
See, he
Yeah.
didn't want a hot dog the other night, and I was like, "Dude, the fucking snap on this hot dog is amazing."
Yeah.
That's important
important.
too,
And
man.
then he was like,
It's
"Oh,
like right.
now
It's like the
I
crust
want
on a
one."
pizza. It's like the crust
Yeah.
on a pizza. That's got to be right.
Yeah.
It's got to be right. And wieners are a whole other thing. Texas wieners apparently
They
are
are.
different. They're a different animal.
We went to Texas. We didn't have a wiener though.
I didn't have a wiener in Texas.
No.
Oh.
I did have tacos though, and they were great.
When we were,
Yeah.
when we were at So What?
We had gas station
was-
tacos, and they were fantastic.
Oh, dude.
Sure.
Yeah. So he looks up. So we went to So What Fest last year, and we were did his press.
Not
and
good catering, but they gave us
Yeah.
waters, which was great.
We had water
Ooh, we had
and air
warm.
Were they,
conditioning.
And
were they
AC.
warm? Oh.
No, it was in it. It was
We had a little cooler. We,
It was-
we were in the press
Ooh.
room. We were
the
like,
first
Wow.
2 days were like
We've never been in the
death
press room.
Yeah.
for the first 2 days.
Yeah.
Third day they were like, "No, you're getting Nestle." Like chill.
Chill,
But
bro.
there was a and we it was like what was really cool about it is that it was like an old baseball stadium, so we were where the commentators used to be.
Right.
Oh, nice.
So we like there was an open room where we had our table and we were able to bring the bands in, all that stuff, and then we were also able to go into this like other room where you can reenact Major League. And
Oh,
it was
yeah?
fucking awesome.
Hold- Let's pause here for a second. Is that the one with like Rosie O'Donnell and like the ladies?
No,
team?
that's a league of their own.
No.
Okay. I'm
Major
thinking, what
League
the
is
fuck
with
am I looking for?
Charlie
That
Sheen.
reenact-
Charlie Sheen.
Oh, that's right. He's no Kenny Powers, but we'll take it.
Right. No, well, no, I mean, nobody's like Kenny Powers.
You know, I have to interrupt the podcast for 1 second. Just to
Oh,
let
we
you
got
guys
this
know.
just
Breaking
did.
news.
Emergency alert.
One of my friends that I sent your music to today
Hates it.
just literally texted me back. So I'm going to read you exactly what he says.
Oh, no.
He says, "Damn, buddy, you nailed it. I do love the sounds of Death Valley Dreams. Vocally and musically, it hits my ears just right. Something very familiar about it, but in a very cool way for sure. Almost hear some Peter Murphy in the voice,
Yeah, sure.
as well as some other stuff as well. The music is great so far. Can't wait to hear more. Thanks for the intro. They have a new fan."
Nice.
Awesome.
I'll
Whoever
Venmo
that
you
is.
that $25 right now. All right. Okay.
Well, you should do it. You should do it on Spotify streams. So he listened to all of your songs. What do you have? 20 songs out. So
So you'll get
0.6 cents.
0.0000.
Awesome.
Point
0.06
two.
cents.
Yeah.
Right.
0.02.
That's killer, man.
Yeah,
awesome.
that's great.
Absolutely.
Well, no, that's
One
that's
fan
something
at a
that
time.
we-
There you go.
That's something that we
the only way to do
try
it.
to make sure that
Yeah.
we do is we bring on bands that we actually like legit give a fuck
Like-
about when it comes to
Yeah.
like their music. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this band is good. Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. But also like, yeah, spread the word. That's the most important thing that you can fucking do nowadays, especially.
Yeah.
Because the music itself is nominal when it comes to your earnings and the way you can
right.
do
Yeah.
things. So make some noise for the bands that you fucking like.
Sure.
And,
Buy,
Yeah, the support. It's
buy
it's-
all
I
fucked
think
up
it's-
and nowhere to go T-shirt.
Yeah,
man.
there you go.
We got
You
them.
know?
We have.
We have to
I gotta
get
get
more.
one.
We have like
I-
two left. We have two left right now, I think.
I think
Well,
we had
I'm
to
gonna
ship
order
a
one.
you have a
box.
large?
I'm going to order one of them. Hope it's a
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. If you get them online for sure. Yeah,
The
that-
online
that's-
ones, yeah, that's a whole different one. So,
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I was
we're
gonna
good.
say because if you
Alright.
need us to arm wrestle for a large,
Right.
we'll do it.
Yeah, we need that.
you guys could just do it anyway, and then
Yeah. At least have the courtesy to oil up first, okay?
That's the
But
only
oil
way,
up
yeah.
first.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't oil up?
Who doesn't oil up?
Who hasn't watched Over the Top?
Yeah.
Come on.
That's what I was gonna say.
I heard a guy yell that in a bar when two ladies were fighting once. They had him about that. The guy was just like this big, like, kind of like Texan, like drunk redneck guy. He yelled, like ladies were fighting. He just screams, "If you're gonna fight, at least oil up." I was like, no one's breaking this thing up. Like, people, like ladies were like clawing each other's faces off.
Oh man,
Something I do want to ask about.
we saw a girl brawl.
Oh man, yeah, we were in Seattle.
Vicious.
Yeah, we went to this. Yeah,
It was this
weird spot where they had like pregnant mannequins hanging from the ceiling. It was totally
wild.
like, yeah,
It was wild.
I was kind of into the vibe. It was a little weird.
Yeah.
But then we found this
Once
room.
he put the lotion in the basket, everything was fine.
Hey,
Right.
man, push the
It
lotion
was
in the
weird
fucking
because
basket.
it was like this dance floor with the mannequin, but it was obviously like this like a high school reunion, and it was
Right.
from the '90s era, so it was like
Oh.
Montel Jordan playing and stuff
Belle
like that.
Biv
And we were like,
DeVoe. Where are you
Yeah,
guys
right.
hanging out? You
Well,
wouldn't be
no.
telling people you're hanging
That-
out at these places.
that was a little too old for them. Belle Biv DeVoe was a little too old for them, but they did have Montel Jordan, and
we were
like,
severely disappointed in this Seattle.
we were
scene.
watching. Yeah,
It's
it
the
was
new grunge, dude. Montel Jordan is the new grunge.
It's
and we were watching, and we were like,
Oh,
okay,
man.
this isn't our scene. Let's go into this room. And then we went to this other room, and it was literally like, I think it was like 3 feet. And they had a Pac-Man, a Miss Pac-Man, and a Pac-Man Jr. And then just like this wall stool that went around. And
What?
this brawl started in that room.
Yeah,
Nice cage
And
match. I like it.
everybody
Yeah.
everybody had to file out.
yeah. We all kind of moved back and then started to move sideways. It was
Nah,
It
you
was
just start
interesting.
swinging. You just start
Right.
swinging. Every
was
man for
amazing.
himself. Last man to stand lives.
And of course my drink got spilled.
yes.
And I kind of went and I was
Mine
like,
did not.
hey, this happened. And they were like, cool, $12.50. And I was like, all right.
Man. Oh.
But then after that, we went back to the bar that we were originally at. It was 10:50 in the evening, and it was closed.
Yeah,
Oh.
Seattle shuts down.
Shuts down, like
Shuts down
center
early.
city, Seattle.
It's kind of a wreck, though. Like, Seattle looks a little not like Portland's a little wacky. Seattle's a little wacky. Like, I don't think it ever recovered after like the 90s or something like that. There's just too much weird shit. Like, was it Nike?
Well, this
and
was
all that
this
left?
was actually like pre-COVID too, so it
Oh,
wasn't,
okay, yeah,
we
yeah.
couldn't even
We were
Blame it
super
on that.
excited for
Weird.
it. We were like,
like,
yo,
wow,
this
weird.
is Mecca for us.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
dice. But
Yeah,
we did
it's-
find a lucha libre wrestling school.
that was also close.
And did you
That
like?
was,
Oh,
that
it's
was also
closed.
close.
Yeah.
It was close. You run into
We're really
Fraser.
hoping
Fraser
to see
Crane
something.
was there.
hoping to see
Seattle?
something.
Right, something.
Yeah.
Something. Well, something I do want to ask. Speaking of oiled up bodies,
Yeah.
Nick, and I don't know if Johnny, if you were there or not, but can you go into a little bit more about your experience playing a nudist biker water park?
Oh, I was not there. I got the call, and he's like, "You're not gonna fucking believe this." I'm
You
like,
got-
"What's up?" He's like, "I'm at this fucking place I play." And,
You got all the. You got
he's like,
all the
"Everybody's
pictures.
naked."
So
He's like,
yeah.
"Everybody's naked." Yeah, tell him the story.
But yeah, it's so I was
Oh.
playing it was like every Saturday is like the entertainment for the water park. Now the water park in itself was kind of odd because like there was kids running around, but you were also allowed to drink there. So it was like the
Okay.
adults were all drinking and it was just like a little bit loose in there. So like they asked me, hey, we do this once a year thing where we have like bikers come here and we shut it down to the other public, and it's everyone kind of just can do what they want, you know, clothes aren't required. I didn't know it was a full-on fucking nudist colony thing. It was just like clothes aren't required. I've been to some other biker events before and they get
Right.
wild, and it's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
So-
that's an easy yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm in.
yeah, I'm in. But it's odd though because I was playing from like 12:30 to like 2:30 or something in the afternoon.
Too
so
early for
this is
public
like
nudity.
this is
Yeah.
like so I pull in there. So unlike the other days where there's just a fence that runs around, now this fence has like this tarp all the way around it so you can't see in there. And I'm like,
Right.
oh, what's gonna happen in here? So I got my cart and I'm like wheeling some shit in there. And I open the fucking door and everybody in there is fucking naked. and they shouldn't be. I'm talking like the first thing I see is like this 70-year-old man rubbing fucking lotion on his balls.
Oh,
Like just like in a like sun chair or whatever, you know what I mean? There's like all like chairs laying around. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So like I had to play in that shit, and like they
Look
were
at balls
literally-
all day.
You wore clothes?
did you wear clothes?
I wore clothes, yeah, but it was
Did
fucking.
they scoff at you?
Did you feel like
For
a
it?
prude?
I don't even know what I felt. It was just fucking
could've-
odd.
You could have whipped it out.
Full on Jenny. No,
Yeah.
Jenny from Forrest Gump. She kept her shit covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
well, you know, she
like-
gave Forrest AIDS, though, didn't she? Left him with that
That's
baby.
also
or some
true.
shit.
Also true.
Terrible movie. It's, Jesus.
Hey, have you ever wondered how you could actually help the show out? I mean, not just like listening and giving a 5-star review or buying a T-shirt or
A
working
little
with
bit
our
of extra
sponsors.
zazz.
Yeah. Are you one of those people that likes extra stuff? That likes a little bit more? Can't spell extraordinary without that little extra.
Exactly. So if you like that stuff, if you want a little bit of extra bacon, like tasting shows and cooking shows and
Yeah.
early access to episodes, I mean, shoot, you can't get any earlier than live.
That's true.
Every week we do our discussion and drinks live for our patrons over at patreon.com/baconismypodcast.
Check it out. Check out the tiers. See what's right for you. Help us out. We love you. Thanks for being a part of it. Remember to ask yourself, what's your bacon?
So in between, like I did 2 sets, I think. So in between sets, people are coming up to me and talking to me. Fucking Buck. There's this black guy with the cowboy hat on who was like, "Hey man, I run this thing down the road. I DJ. It's like an alternative club, man. You wanna play some shows?" And I was just like, "What is happening?" There was another nudist colony that had a thing in the Poconos. They wanted to hire me to come up. Like I'm now the new fucking naked performer guy. Like, so that was one weekend. So like I'm like, all right, that was fucked up. So like I said, I played every Saturday. So
Right.
the next Saturday I show up thinking, okay, I'm just back to my normal Saturday. The tarps are still up. I'm like, oh fuck. It's running from Saturday to Saturday. You didn't tell me it was 2 times. So that time I wasn't prepared. I opened the fucking gate and it was just boom. Now they all knew me and remembered me from the week before. And I was like their buddy. And it was just like, oh dude, it was wild. It was a wild
my
experience.
That's fantastic.
Water slides, pools, nudity.
Balls.
I like the idea
Old
that
balls.
I like the idea that
Old
when you
balls
go
is
to a
great.
nudist colony, you still wear a hat,
Of course. You don't want to be indecent.
right?
Well, you don't want your
You're like-
nose to get all chafed up, you know?
Exactly.
I need to keep my nose covered so I don't get burnt.
Which
Well,
is
he
why
said
the
the
guy
70-year-old guy rubbed his
exactly
balls with
that's-
the lotion.
he was rubbing sunscreen on his balls.
And like you said, Johnny,
Which, hey, you
everything's fine till after you rub the lotion on.
know, if you don't
Yeah.
rub sunscreen on the balls,
But can you imagine sunburn on your dick?
no.
You
I
know?
would also rub sunscreen on my balls.
Yeah, that's
I got
what
sun
I mean.
poisoning once.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
once.
that. That's not so fun.
Awful.
Not on my
awful.
balls, but you know.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't on my. It was on my back. It was on my
Yeah.
back.
Promo code BACON at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping.
Yeah, use the. By the way, the ball toner. If you guys have saggy balls, at
Tone
all.
the balls.
Tone the balls.
Before you go to
Tone
a
'em.
nudist. Before
Wait,
you go to
wait.
a nudist.
Before
You could like get some lift in the balls
Yeah,
Yes,
don't
it's a
you
spray.
dare walk up to Nick
with
with
saggy
some
balls.
saggy balls. You tone those first.
Is it like peppermint or something?
have
So like
some
when the wind
respect.
blows, like
no,
menthol.
it's
Is it
not.
like
it's
menthol?
not peppermint, but it smells lovely. The Manscaped
It
products
does.
do
It does.
smell lovely. We'll send
Got
something.
sniffing balls over here.
Send us mailing addresses. We'll hook you
Okay.
up.
We'll send you some.
Yeah, sure.
We'll send stuff for your
We'll
balls.
send you some stuff for your bean bags.
Yeah,
Perfect.
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 that's what we did.
Fantastic.
Oh man.
I
Balls.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if I was playing a nudist thing. Like, was the temptation there to be like, maybe I'll just do it? Or were you just like, there ain't
No, because like
fucking
I
way?
said, it was like not people that you'd want to be naked around, or like it was just it was like a fucking science teacher, a 60-year-old science teacher. You know, it was just like all the wrong people. You were just like, what
It's
the
either
fuck?
it's
Put
either
some
that.
clothes on.
It's
You
either
know?
that, or he's got a real small penis. But you can go with that. You know what I mean? A black guy rubbing the balls on there is probably hung like a donkey, or like I am fucking pulling nothing out here.
No,
Right,
he wasn't.
doesn't
That
happen.
guy-
Well,
that guy
that's
was
the
not
place
hung
to
like
get
a
your
donkey.
sea legs straight. That's the
Swinging
place to
around.
be like,
Your sea legs.
that's the place to get your sea legs, where you're just like, all right, well, you know what?
Yeah,
I don't want to see any of these people.
Right.
They might not want to see me naked. Fuck it.
yeah. Just do it. Bend over a lot. People trying to eat their fucking
Right?
sandwich and drinking their daiquiri. Just,
You want to
excuse
book
for a
me?
second.
Cool. Look at my
Yeah.
balls.
Stare
Yeah.
people in the eye, just slow stroke it.
Yeah.
All right.
Check out my butthole.
They would have been
Right.
completely fine with
Look at
that.
my butthole.
That's when
You
you
can
be a
sun your
cat.
butthole.
Yeah.
That's when you be a cat. You walk up to somebody and go, pet me? Check out my asshole.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Just
would have
even-
happened.
People were trying to sun. They're like, you could like absorb the sun through your asshole and cures cancer.
Right.
Or something. I saw it on
Right.
the
Oh, there you
internet.
go.
Yeah,
What
people
do
were
they
doing
call
that.
that? I saw something about
What do
that.
they call that? I'll tell you. They
Yeah.
call that fucking crazy. Crazy. Like evolution fucked up. If it was true, evolution would like put your asshole on your fucking forehead. But it didn't. Find me an animal that has an asshole on its head or on its back. It's always behind something. Animals have tails.
I
Check
got
that
one.
butthole.
I got one. Drummer.
Oh, okay.
It's all over the face.
Oh,
So that's a
man.
callback. That's what they call a callback. Boom. In this biz we call show.
Chill. Oh, man. Yep. Suntan in our buttholes. That's what we're doing out here.
Well, you got to bleach them and then tan them.
Yeah.
It's a vicious
Yeah, right?
cycle. It's a
You gotta
vicious
get it. Yeah, it's hard to get it to match. It's a
Right,
nightmare.
right.
It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Challenge for sure.
Wow. When
So that death by chocolate thing.
Oh, yeah. I just happened to notice. Yeah. Speaking of buttholes, I guess. I saw you guys did a collab with Dead Sled Coffee. You did a Death by Chocolate.
Yeah, we did.
Coffee thing, and I was just so I know they're one of their old owners, AC Slade. I don't know.
I know AC well too.
Oh, nice, cool. So yeah, that was my main thing. I was just gonna be like, yo, do you guys also know AC? I've known him for a while. I met him. My girlfriend works for Joan Jett, and so
Okay.
she does lighting for her and stuff. So I met AC back when he was bass playing for them, and
Yeah, he's a killer
God,
guy.
he cut my hair a bunch of times.
Nice.
Like it was just like randomly I'll run into people that know AC, and I'm just like, oh shit,
You know AC.
I know him from back in the dope days.
right? Yeah.
And then he was in a band called Trashlight Vision that had played some shows with us in
Drama
the
Club,
Drama
we did
Club.
some shows. Yeah.
Yeah, they played
Then he started a band called the Drama Club after that.
the Drama Club. Yeah.
Yeah, the electronic.
No,
project.
that was
him?
Etzel
Oh,
did that.
I'm thinking Etzel did that.
They
Yeah,
started a duo called the Drama Club, and we played these shows, and he was like, "Dude, I fucking love your band name." I was friends with Etzel for years too. He's like, "I fucking love your band name." Next thing you know, they're coming out as an electronic duo called the Drama Club, and they were opening up for Black Veil Brides, and all these clubs were all pictures of us. So I'm like,
Oh, nice.
what the fuck is happening? And this was
fuck is
years
that?
after it was like a couple years after the band, like we weren't doing anything anymore. So people were hitting me up like, dude, are you getting back together and doing this Black Veil Brides tour? And I was like, no. And I looked into it, and it was just like they had masks on and no one was saying who it was. So I like asked around and found out like who it really was. And it was fucking Etzel, which I mean, I love the dude, but it was kind of weird that, he literally, we played with them as the Drama Club, and he told us how much he loved the name. And I think he even said, I'm going to fucking steal your name. So like, it's,
Well,
I
I
guess-
mean,
I
at
guess-
that point,
I guess he told me everything he was going to do. So like,
right? Yeah.
when it happened, I shouldn't have been so shocked, but I don't know. That was like some weird, like reverse psychology shit. He was,
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, it's a weird way to
It's a weird
make you
way to
okay
steal
with
it.
something.
Yeah.
But the coffee is fucking
Yeah,
killer.
so he actually didn't have anything to do with us working on that thing though, which is odd that you said that you knew him. I just know him from some other things, and
well, I know that he had started working with Dead Sled. But I know that he had left Dead Sled before you guys did the collab with them and stuff. But it was just like a connection. So I was like, oh shit, and he knows so many people. So it's
like our manager Josh also like knows like Mike, the guy there at Dead Sled, and it was just like one of those things like, hey, you want to do a coffee collaboration? And we were like, fuck yeah, sure.
And he's a great dude. And
Ace's got Catfight now. Ace's got Catfight coffee now. So if you want to do another collab, jump in.
Hey man, we're down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the Dead Sled, that chocolate.
Yeah, AC's serious about his coffee.
He is. Oh my god. The first time I ever went to his place to get a haircut from him, because he was also a stylist. I go there and he was like, "Did you want some coffee?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And he like listed me out like 10 different options, and then he was like, "I like iced coffee," and he was like, "Do you want coffee cubes? Because I also freeze coffee into cubes so that it doesn't water down your coffee when it melts."
Oh,
which is a great idea.
And I was like, that's some genius shit right there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's serious about it. He really is.
Pretty incredible. Yeah, he's on point with that.
Fucking A, man.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's such a simple thing that you'd think everybody would do.
Right? And it's like, oh, it makes your coffee stronger.
Around here,
my coffee gets stronger throughout the day.
Yeah.
They did that.
Cocaine in there. Cocaine cubes.
Right? Cocaine cubes in your coffee.
That'll do it.
Gets fucking going and going and going. You know what I mean?
Steve Ray Vaughan. That's a Steve Ray. Wasn't Steve Ray Vaughan doing that? He was like dissolving like cocaine.
He was having Jack and Cokes, like literal Jack and Coke.
Literally.
With
right.
Whiskey and cocaine is what he drank. That was his drink.
I never drank cocaine, but I did love the way it smelled for a while in my life.
Yeah, I don't do it. It smells nice though.
It smelled amazing for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way it works. Like Steve Ray Vaughan, he was like, he's a legendary legend, fucking ridiculous legend. And then he got all clean, and Jesus killed him.
Right?
I'll show you.
Right?
That's why Keith Richards is still around.
That is exactly why Keith Richards.
Nobody knows why he's still around. He's fucking crazy. I love that dude.
I was talking the other day to somebody about how, like, if you look at so Aerosmith is going on their final tour, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but whatever. But if you look, like, one of Aerosmith's biggest influences was the Rolling Stones, who was out well before Aerosmith started.
Yeah.
And Aerosmith has had a career that spanned decades, and now they're retiring before the Rolling Stones are.
It's not even like,
which is insane to me.
It's crazy.
You see videos of fucking Mick Jagger dancing around. Like, what is he, like 85? I'm
killing
like,
it.
It's insane. It's insane. But I mean, rock and roll keeps you young, man. I guess.
We just went to the Rock Hall. We went to the Rock Hall like a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, man, like all of that stuff is there, and it's just like to see the Rolling Stones have a wing there, and you're like, they're like they have so much history, but they're doing it still. Yeah, like they're still there.
Well, and he's still going out on an ego ramp and dancing around.
He's running around.
He's got his fucking head shaking and
man.
And he sounds good.
He sounds good.
They still sound good.
Insane to me.
Yeah, the minor parts.
So
he
awesome.
Still sounds fucking great.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, go ahead.
Oh, like I was gonna go on take on rabbit hole. Did you ever see the thing where Keith Richards is secretly a serial killer? It's not liable. Good conspiracy theory. Look into it.
Like, what?
Yeah, I saw that too. I went down that hole one night on YouTube. I'm like, wait, what? Apparently, he was dating somebody who was like a witch or something like that back in the 70s. There's some kind of weird panic that my buddy tried selling it to me. I'm like, this is a little crazy, but it's a funny rabbit hole. Yeah.
Do he and Tom Hanks eat the same babies?
Maybe.
They got babies together.
Tom Hanks, that guy.
Maybe he's like the Zodiac killer.
Right. He's also actually. He's actually also
Cruz.
JFK.
Ooh, maybe.
And he's been
Maybe.
running everything from behind the scenes.
I just saw a thing with the Zodiac. I saw a thing with Zodiac Killer the other day. I was like, I watched too much random shit. But I saw a thing with the Zodiac Killer that they know who the guy was now.
Do they know now?
There's some kind of recent thing where, yeah, I mean, the guy pretty much lived his life out or something like that, or
He just died of old age, just hanging out,
yeah, like he made it. And dude, Jack the
He
Ripper,
made it through.
dude,
making
Jack-
coffee cubes, you know?
Like, I won.
Dude, another crazy one is Jack the Ripper started out in Austin, Texas.
What?
Ooh.
Sloppily killed somebody, and then before they can catch
What?
the guy, he left and ended up in England. Yep, this is new stuff.
Yep.
All right.
All these people, I guess, people that could do take like criminology and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when they give them all the evidence and things that all these possible suspects, they say that like 9 out of 10 people come to the same conclusion that it was that guy, and he was from Austin, Texas.
Wow.
Like he got caught in
Okay.
the act. I mean, this was back in the day before fingerprints. You just kill somebody,
Yeah.
throw the knife. They're like, "Hey, my knife? Are you sure? Not my knife." Well, all right, I guess you can
I
go.
promise.
Ah. Well, he promised, sir. Oh well, if he did promise on the good Lord's name, you're
He
gonna have to
swore
let
on
him
the
go.
Bible.
Yeah,
Hold that thought.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have to pee so fucking bad.
Oh, yeah, go for it. man.
And then we can wrap up.
All right.
All right.
Is that cool, guys?
Yeah,
I
man.
guess.
Or we can keep going. We can keep
Yeah.
going. So,
Hey,
I just gotta
whatever.
pee.
All right.
Beat up.
He's got a very small bladder.
Yeah, it's
He
troubles.
does. He's a constant peer,
Constant peer. Oh man,
Once you break that seal.
right?
yeah. You're only renting it. That's another good one. You're only renting it. That's the best one for a bar bathroom when you're peeing. You go, you're only renting it. That's what I do in the bathroom. You ever found in the bathroom? That's what I'll say.
I usually when I go in the bathroom, I have two things that I say, just to make everybody uncomfortable. One thing, I'll walk in, I'll be like, "Anybody need a hand?"
Or you can just start going, it burns real bad.
Or I'll be like, "Yeah, sweet dick, bro."
Sweet
That's-
dick.
That's a good one.
Or here's another good one: is you look over and go, dude, you can go to jail for that, man. You got to stop. They're like, what? Touching that little boy dick. Like, fuck, what?
Or you stand there and you go, "Man, this water's cold and deep."
Yeah, and deep.
Or you don't say anything and you just glance over.
Right.
And then you glance him in the eye.
Yeah, well, that's George Michael shit right there. You start going
Oh my
for
god,
it, you know.
so much lighter.
My band actually we toured China once, and while we
Really?
were there, yeah, and every bathroom I went into, I went in and I did like, anybody need a hand, sweet dick, bro. And it was like halfway through that I started thinking about the fact that like, everyone here speaks 5 languages. I'm the
Yeah.
dumb asshole American
Yeah,
that's coming in that's like, he thinks he's hilarious because I'm walking in like, sweet dick, bro.
They're like silly Americans.
yeah.
And they're like, what an asshole.
I've done the thing. I've done the thing
Cool
where the
asshole.
episode's gone long, and I was like, "Oh man, I got a Jameson bottle. I could just pop the top off and just go." And that didn't work out great.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you fill it up too much, I've definitely been like in riding
Gatorade
around.
bottle.
I've
Oh,
filled
yeah,
up like
Gatorade bottles.
I filled up like a 32 ouncer, and I was like, "Quick, give me another one! It's coming! Yeah,
This
that's
one.
good.
This is the one that I've tried. No good.
Yeah.
No.
No. Too
You've
skinny
never
of a
done that
spout.
next to me because I've
No, I know. I didn't do it next.
I
to
would
you.
I would
It
call
was a
attention-
remote episode.
I would call attention to it.
Yeah.
You would have.
I would have been like, sweet dick, bro.
You've done it before.
I
You've
have.
done it many times. It's all right. It's fine. Guys, we've taken up a lot of your time this evening.
Well,
Oh,
okay.
all
I
good.
appreciate
Before
it.
we do that though, I do want to know, Johnny started this whole thing with like he had a story for my shirt.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bad Religion shirt. And so now I want to hear it.
Right.
I'm wearing it because it is Bad Religion Sunday. So
Oh,
when we're recording this.
perfect.
yes.
we're recording this on a Sunday, and I will occasionally participate in Bad Religion Sundays.
So the story is, I was driving to Texas in a Chevette. This girl I was seeing a long time ago, and we're going to see her father, whatever, in Pennsylvania, and we are in, I want to say somewhere in Virginia or West Virginia. It's a little southy, and I was in like a convenience store, just get myself a Snapple or whatever, and the guy's behind me, and he's like, "What's that shirt mean?" And I'm like, I just ignored it. I didn't know if he's talking to me.
Right.
I'm checking out, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, what does that shirt mean? And I'm like, oh, that's a band. He's like, no, but what does it mean? And I'm like, oh God, is it this fucking crazy looking fucking
Oh no,
dude?
Snake guy.
So I get out, dude. I get in the fucking car, and he's like yelling at me about the shirt. Like these Christians are gonna fucking beat me up for wearing a Bad Religion t-shirt.
Right,
And I pull out of the gas station, and he like pulls up behind me, like in his truck. Of course, he's in a fucking pickup truck.
Of course he is.
He's fucking dude. He's burning out and like driving close to me, like he's trying to run me off the fucking road because of the Bad Religion t-shirt. Yeah,
Christians.
that's my bad. I almost got killed by a Bad Religion. Like, this is,
man.
Yeah, that was my bad.
You know
That's not that exciting, but it's pretty.
People from
that's a
Texas
core
are
memory.
people from Texas are all angry because it's so fucking hot there.
No, this was in Virginia. I wasn't even.
Oh, it's
I mean,
Virginia.
I think I was just over the Mason-Dixon somewhere. I wasn't that
Isn't-
far out. Yeah.
Isn't Virginia for lovers?
No,
You
yeah.
would think.
You would
Uh,
think.
I played a show in Virginia, and I was at a bar, and a dude came into the bar to see the band, and he had it was a sweatshirt that he had cut the sleeves off of, but he didn't cut them at the shoulder. He cut them kind of like
Yeah.
a little bit too long for a short
Yeah,
shirt.
that's a little bit of
Short
fucking
sleeve.
breakdancing shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a breakdancing shit. Yeah.
And then with Sharpie, he had written, "God wants me to skin you alive"
Wow.
on his shirt.
Ooh.
I hope he took him home that night.
I took his shirt home that night. We had that shirt hanging out of our window by the end of the night because I paid him for it. I was like,
That's
dude,
amazing.
I will buy that from you.
That's art. That's art of the highest caliber right there. That's
Oh, it's
fantastic.
incredible.
I want that fucking shirt. We traded him like a band shirt, and we gave him like a couple bucks.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
The road's a wild place, isn't it?
Yeah. it certainly
Yeah.
is.
God wants me to. I don't still have it. I wish I did.
I was gonna say,
I wish I did.
Of all the years that I've known you, I don't think I
think-
knew about that story. That's amazing.
I think my old bass player Dane, who says we don't talk about him enough.
we literally
I think he might-
had an
I think he
episode
might have
talking
it.
about that.
Then
Yeah, I
Dan, you
think
need
he
to
might have.
return the shirt because they need to hang it there in the background.
In the
Exactly.
background
It needs
here.
to be in the-
Now it's a part of folklore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
well, I mean, I don't know if you could take that, but a lot of people would wear a fucking like a metal shirt that said "God wants me to." I mean, that sounds like I don't know. It sounds like a fucking Trent Reznor song,
yeah, man.
Manson or something. That's kind of
Right?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I
He's
think
like,
I would.
Yeah.
some kind of industrial thing or something.
He was
like
a
that.
fun dude. He was
Yeah.
a fun dude.
I bet.
Sounds like it.
Fantastic. Fantastic dick.
Yeah, great dick. Great dick.
You don't.
We
top
talked
that
about
shit.
dicks and buttholes. So you can just title it "The Dicks and Buttholes" today.
That's yeah.
Hey, listen,
Today's episode brought to you by Dicks and Buttholes.
Yeah.
by the way, just if that's cool with you, apologize to management now.
Yeah, right. Oh man, you know we'll be getting the call when it comes out. What are you guys fucking doing? I don't know. We're being us. Should we be something? Should we be something else?
No, it's okay.
No,
No,
they like
dude.
us.
Guys, this has been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
and
fun.
for me, it's like we'll talk a little bit after once we finish this, but
Sure.
before we sign off here, Jimmy usually likes to ask people again.
Yeah. Through our conversations, we tend to find other bacons for people.
Other
You know what I mean?
morsels of life.
Other morsels of things that they enjoy.
Chocolate covered.
Yeah, chocolate covered indeed. So one of my bacons apparently is saying "sweet dick bro" to people in bars.
Oh, it's and in life
And
because
in
you said it to
life.
me just in general.
In general,
As soon
Say
as
it to
you
girl.
walk into a
Say it to
bathroom.
ladies. Say it to
Oh,
ladies.
I-
Check
yeah,
out lady at the
I-
bank.
I'm not gender specific with it.
No, you don't need to be.
Yeah, there's a metaphorical dick that is amazing, and a lot of ladies.
That's right.
Yeah.
That chick's got a big dick. Can't tell you how many times I said that.
Absolutely,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
That wasn't a chick.
Well, I mean, it was, which put a big dick.
Just got a
Right?
big dick.
Is that how that works? For sure.
So, guys, if I'd ask you again after our conversation, is there anything else you can think of? What's your bacon?
My bacon. I guess I'm a fucking nudist colony performer. If you have or run a nudist colony and you want entertainment, hit us up.
Dude,
You know,
Yeah.
Don't fucking actually do this to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're thinking somewhere nice and tropical.
Yeah,
Brazil,
nice and tropical.
Brazil. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, if you need an opener for that show,
Oh yeah.
Come on, let's do it.
Let's do
Let
it.
me know.
Super group. Let's go. Everybody get a bongo.
Let's do it.
let's do it.
Rototoms.
We've got Rototoms.
Rototoms.
Fucking ready
You
to
just gotta
go.
get.
We got
let me have
Rototoms.
a couple of edibles. I'll be good to go.
We got Rototoms filled with golden grams. It's gonna be great.
Almond milk. Yeah, get more nuts in there.
Yeah,
Oh man.
absolutely. Guys, before we sign off here, please let everybody know where they can find everything.
Yes.
Find
Death Valley Dreams.
everything at Death Valley Dreams. Spotify, Apple Music, Facebook, TikTok, whatever new things there might be coming. I'm sure it'll be at Death Valley Dreams.
Yeah.
Nice. Check out the music. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Check out the band. Share it. Spread it. Share it around. It's important.
Yeah. Thank you.
Buy some t-shirts too, because they got cool shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
please
definitely
do.
check it out. Thank you everybody for listening. We appreciate
Oh, and
you.
this is selfish, by the way.
Yeah.
Check out the Drama Club because their shit is on Spotify. And
There you go.
Is that still up? Wow.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Nice.
Listen to it because it's great songwriting. Gentlemen.
Thank you.
The
Great
original,
songwriting.
the OG Drama Club.
Yeah.
The OG.
Yeah, not the electronics shit.
If
you
you
wanna
get an
listen-
email, right? One of us, you get an email right
If you
now.
want to listen to electronic shit, listen to fucking Death Valley Dreams.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Killer. Thank you.
And
Thanks.
remember, listeners, ask yourselves every day, what is that thing that makes your life better? What is that thing that makes your day better? What is that thing that makes everything a little bit easier to get through?
More gooder.
Yeah. What is your bacon?
There we go.
Yo, Death Valley Dreams is
Fun.
one of my favorite guests and now one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Love the music anyway, coming in. Sent it out to people, like I said, and they're awesome dudes.
Yes.
That
I
was
agree.
so much fun. That was so much fun.
I agree. And for me, it was like really cool to get to speak to some like legit one of my songwriting heroes.
That's super cool, man. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, like we you know, we've had a lot of like really cool fucking guests on the show, and all to a degree have impacted me in some way. Where,
Yeah.
you know, where if they're, you know, bigger in stature and stuff like that. But this guy was, I told Jen, it's just a very different thing where you're like, I really like your band, versus you were one of the people I listened to when I was figuring out
Right. You're a
how to
reason.
write
You're a reason that I sound
what I
the way
write.
do. Right? Like,
Yeah.
that's huge. That's super cool.
Yeah, so for me to be able to, like, that was my nerd out moment.
Yeah.
If I could pinpoint a nerd out moment, that's why I hit it head on. I was like,
Dude.
can we make it? Let's make it awkward now.
I was psyched for you for that
Yeah.
whole thing. That's so awesome. That's super cool.
And yeah, and then they said never meet your heroes. Nick's a cool fucking dude. Johnny's a
Yeah.
cool fucking dude.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to do it again.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of those times where I was just like, oh man, we could have talked for another 2 hours.
We talked for another like 20 minutes.
Right.
but we could have talked longer.
Absolutely could have. That was super fun. Again, the music's really good.
Yeah.
And they're super cool. So I want to support them, and you guys should check them out. And if you like them, please support them. Like,
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
That's badass. Yeah, I gotta order one of those T-shirts.
Yeah. So before we head out here, Jimmy, where they find you?
Yeah, find me at Jimmy G Shoes on all the socials. Find my band Craving Strange at cravingstrange.net. I've said it a couple times now. We have new stuff coming out. We might be doing a vinyl. We're figuring out some cool stuff. So just stay in touch with us. If you go to cravingstrange.net, everything you can find is from there.
Yes.
And keep up with us. How about you, man?
Me personally, at me my own self, Mike, and my band Something Heavy at Something Heavy Music on Twitter and Facebook. And if you look at something, I think it's Something Heavy 1 on the Twitter. But we've got a new single coming out, Something Heavy, Hurt. It's coming out. It's coming out the first week of November. Super excited about it. And yeah, if you want to check out some of the stuff that we do together,
Yeah.
conglomerately.
Did we just do a show, or are we about to do a show?
let me check this little schedule here.
When are you guys hearing this? So we're about to do a show.
Yeah, we're gonna do a show this week.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't suck.
Hopefully it doesn't suck. If you're in the New York area, come check it out.
Yeah,
Come
check
find
out
about
Bacon is My Passion.
Yeah.
That's where you can find us on Spotify.
Yep. You can also find that at baconismypodcast.com. So
Right.
all of the bacon stuff is over there. Our merch is over there. Our all of our sponsors, all the best deals, all that kind of stuff is over there. You can also check us out at patreon.com/baconismypodcast.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. If you want
You got it right.
Support and help.
I'm really impressed by that.
Me too.
Yeah. If you don't want to throw money at us, please, the easiest way to support this
throw money at
little endeavor,
You should throw money at us.
but yeah, is just give us those 5-star reviews, give us those likes, give us those subscribes, give us those follows, anything that you can do to create a little bit of engagement here at Bacon is My Podcast is super duper appreciated. If you want to get in on the conversation, hit Bacon is My Pod. And What's Your Bacon?
Yeah.
Also, Bacon is My Podcast is part of the Den Deluxe Edition Network.
Super exciting.
Super exciting.
Very cool
A lot of
shows
really cool shows around it. If we don't provide enough, 3 shows a week?
Right.
If you need more podcasts,
which you do. Everybody needs
more podcasts. Deluxe Edition Network. You can get a lot of awesome podcasts like Deluxe Edition Podcast. You can get History I Like to Fuck. You could get Barrel Age Flicks. Barrel Age Chicks. You could get Terror Tuesdays on Instagram on Tuesdays. You could get a whole bunch of really great stuff. Go to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. I want to thank them and Casey for letting us be a cool part of that.
Yeah, it's super cool to be part of that community. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. They have they're a bunch of fun people.
Yes.
Once again, if you really want to support us and you want to help us out, for the price of buying each of us a coffee once a month, you can actually get a bunch of extra stuff.
Yeah.
Extra episodes, extra things. So
you can taste things too.
Yeah. So if you want to be a part of that, please do. It helps us out tremendously. And like I said, it costs you about the price of getting each of us a coffee.
Nominal. Nominal. I will remember you. I should have started that before you.
That was
did
good.
That was a good. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for checking us out.
No, keep going.
I do, you hear it and you want to sing along to it. Guys, thank you so much. Always remember to ask yourself one super important question. What is your bacon?
World peace?
The Deluxe Edition Network, also known as The Den, is an incredible podcast network that offers a wide variety of entertaining and informative podcasts.
With a lineup of shows covering various topics, such as interviews with a wide variety of guests, history, music, relationships, true crime, and so much more. The Den provides content that caters to a diverse range of interests.
The hosts and guests on the Deluxe Edition Network demonstrate a deep passion and expertise in their respective fields, making each episode on each show engaging and thought-provoking.
The network fosters a sense of community by encouraging listeners to interact through live chats, social media, and forums, creating an inclusive environment for discussion and sharing opinions.
With its commitment to high-quality production, the shows in the Deluxe Edition Network continue to captivate and entertain its ever-growing audience.
Whether you're a podcast enthusiast or someone looking to explore new topics, The Den is a fantastic platform to dive into and uncover fascinating insights from experts in their fields.
The Deluxe Edition Network is the home of independent awesomeness.